Good afternoon, Fort McMurray. Melanie Galea here, your host of Discover Fort McMurray. We have a special impromptu episode today, and I am with the lovely
Lisa Sweet, Director of Business and Investment Attraction for Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, Economic Development and Tourism.
Awesome. Okay, Lisa, so you sent out an email, and I sent out an email with some questions, and you sent some answers, and I sent some more questions. And do you have what I find really cool is like there's 11 of you guys together for a very local labor study, and you're looking for local businesses to answer the questions. And I was kind of like, I'm just a small fry. What do you need me to answer it for? And I really appreciate your patience with me asking these questions, because I think you learned really quickly if Melanie has these questions, then there's probably a lot of other local businesses that have this question as well. So why don't you explain what it is we're talking about, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on this session today. So we're doing a labor study for this region. So it's a local labor study. It's going to look at, okay, what are the types of jobs, what are the requirements in the workforce locally that are going to be out there in the next 5 years. So it's going to help businesses, all employers, identify what the needs are, what the challenges are. It'll forecast what are the emerging occupations coming out over the next 5 years, and what are the trends and training gaps. So it's really going to help the entire region and any employer, from governments to small, medium, large businesses, institutions. It's going to help everybody kind of be more informed and be able to plan when it comes to labor. So that's what that's what the study is about. What we're doing, we've developed a survey. The survey started in November. It's still ongoing now. We want to get a good representation of local employers. So from the small, medium to large employers in the region, we want to get a good sample. We realize we're not going to get everybody, but we want to get a good sample so that we can really get some good information that is local from the local businesses here, and also that's going to be local for our region. So the survey is that's what the survey is about.
How long do you think it takes to fill in?
So it's a complex survey. So depending on what your labor challenges, your workforce looks like, what your forecast is going to be, it's a pretty comprehensive survey. However, and we do recommend that somebody that deals with, if there's somebody that does the hiring and somebody that kind of has a good handle on hiring, we recommend that person or group in your organization will complete that survey. We've had some larger organizations that have had to have multiple departments kind of come together and complete it individually and then submit one final survey. So it really depends. There's a number of questions, and depending on the size and your workforce requirements, it could take 15, 20 minutes, or it could take a little longer. The important thing to note, though, is you can save the survey and go back to it. We also have numbers on hand for specific people you can talk to if you have any questions about, what does this question really mean? So you can actually call up the project manager for the survey, and they can walk you through it. If you don't want to do it online, you can request a paper copy. You can also request a telephone interview as well. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible to complete the survey.
I think it's nice that you can save it and come back to it. I mean, I think that's a really key piece, because people are busy, right? And I get easily distracted as a phone call comes, or a client or customer comes into the store, or whatnot, whatever somebody's situation is, right? So there is a link. And I'll make sure that there's a link in the comments here, so that if you are a small business, it doesn't even matter the size of the business. You're a business here in Fort McMurray. I think it's important to fill it out. Let's give the feedback so that they know what we need, so that they know maybe they're going to pick up some trends that they don't even know about yet. And I like what you said. I think we talked a little bit offline about this, Lisa, is that if someone's looking for a job too, like this labor study is going to help, you know, where's the gaps in employment here? Where are the gaps? And if I'm going to go back to school, or if I'm going to change my education, maybe it's really good for me to see in Fort McMurray how I might need to get some different education to find a job here.
Absolutely. And like I said, this is a 5-year kind of forecast. So, okay, what are the jobs that are going to be in demand? So if you're looking at changing your career, if you're coming out of school, or if there's people that are actually looking to move here, like this will be a great way to look at what, you know, what's coming. And then on the other hand, if you're a business, and if you're a business and there's going to be a huge demand for a certain skill set that you actually need as well, then you're going to have to be prepared for that. Like there's going to be a high demand, and I'm going to be in competition with a lot of other employers. So it's a way for businesses themselves, employers themselves, to look at what's happening in our local market and what do we have to do to get the people we're going to need. So it's really really hoping that this study will actually, you know, help all levels of planning for workforce. Like I said, attraction, retention, training needs, just even if you yourself are looking for employment. So I think it'll be a good study that way. And I wanted to say as well that this is, I know it's a 5-year forecast, and 5 years time could be totally different. We will continue to update this study on a regular basis, like every couple of years, or potentially annually on a need basis, but this will be a good baseline to start the process. It's also interesting or important to note that we're currently in changing times. This past year has been a huge huge trends are happening in the workforce now because of COVID and working from home, and all the different needs that come with that. So of course, trends will change. They've changed even from when we started this project to now. It's kind of why we've we would have liked in the beginning of 2020 we would have already had this study done, but we don't because of all the different changes. So it will be updated on a regular basis, but this really does act as that baseline. And Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, we're really we are different than a lot of other places in Canada, but we are similar as well. So this will really be that local perspective from what local employers need.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So if you're a local business, you haven't had a chance yet, would really appreciate it if you could take the time to fill out this survey. It's going to really help planning for these agencies coming down the pipeline here. And and on behalf of them, thank you for taking the time. We've already done it. And if you haven't yet, what's the deadline? Do you have a deadline?
We are hoping if you have started we've kept extending the deadline, but just because I know businesses are just so busy and there's ever changing right now during these times. So we do have this survey open till the end of February. If you've started, try and start it before the end of February, and then we'll want to reach out and help you complete it. But we really, really hope that we can get as much input, within the next few weeks, because we really want to start getting to the next level, which is compiling that data and finding the trends. We're already starting to see some of that. You can go to choosewoodbuffalo.ca to get a link to the survey. Also, we have, like Melanie, like you said, we have 11 partners. So the Chamber, NAVA, Keanu College, Fuse Social, Oil Sands Community Alliance. So we basically, the Chamber sending it out on the newsletters, the Construction Association, NAVA. So you'll probably see it in a lot of different places, or you probably have seen the survey going out in a lot of different places, a lot of different newsletters. It is the same regional survey. We do have a lot of partners involved in this.
Gotcha. Well, I know the Chamber's having a luncheon this Thursday, so hopefully they're going to push it out into everyone's inboxes or chat boxes, and then if they could make time maybe even at the end of the Chamber luncheon to fill it out, that might be a great opportunity. All right, thanks for all the great work, Lisa. I know you don't love getting on video like this. You did a fantastic job. Fantastic.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay, all right, Fort McMurray, if you have a local business here, get to that link, get that survey filled out. You have until the end of the month. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Wood Buffalo Economic Development because they can help you. All right. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.